And welcome back to Wargaming with Blender. So, this is my attempt to make a Goblin Mawpup launcher. This is actually my second attempt, because I've tried to print this and, well, let's just say it didn't go well. So, let's have a go. Now, some of this I think is savable. These wheels, we'll delete one, rotate that on the 90 on the X, Y, and get it back into place, because we're going to need to make that a lot bigger. How big is that now? 20 mils probably a little too big. 15 mils looks about right. Because in this picture, what they were before was pitiful. And I think oversized wheels for war machines works pretty well. I'm also going to take these here. Scale them on the X now. Make that gap a bit more noticeable. I'm going to see if I can make on the Y. No. Dead. No. Alright, we'll just grab individual ones and move them then. Grab that, that, and grab that on the Y. Make that gap a bit bigger. Grab that one there. Right, I need to grab that. Plus that. Plus that. Actually, let's just dissolve those. There we go, that makes life easier. Okay. So all I've done here is make a circle, like a cylinder, and then add in some cubes, and then just cut this down to it. And then do a little bit of boolean down there. But what I'm going to do here now, I'm going to remesh. And we're going to increase that to 0.01. Check my scale actually. I think my scale might be off in the world. No, the scale's right. Okay, the remesh is being a bit silly. And then we'll apply that. What that's basically done is just chop that up and turn it into an individual. Now, if I hit this, it'll have a million polys. It's going to take a minute to open. Yeah, see, that's just black with polys. So now we're going to add in a generate decimate. I'm going to take that down to 0.1 for now. So my hope is by making all these things more kind of obvious, that should print a bit better. Obviously my computer's not got to churn through that. And then I've got to look at my bow. The idea of this is I've got some plastic Mawpups. They come with the sprue of the goblins. So I'm going to use them, and I've got like a spare sprue of goblins that I'm going to use for bits of war machines and stuff like that. And the idea here is to slot two of them into kind of that kind of cage at the top. But I made the walls of the cage too small for my printer. I'm running FDM. Yeah, everything needs to be sized up a little bit. I'm probably actually going to whack this on the end of the other video and just make a stupidly long one. Alright, so that's finished. We can apply that. That's taking it down 90%. I was going to have to think. Alright, there we go. Let's have a look at that. Oh, we can go further, can't we? It'll be quicker this time. So just generate, decimate, do that now in another 0.1. Right, that worked. So apply. Let's see if we can do another one of those. Decimate, 0.1. So now we're starting to get a bit tearing in. 0.2. 0.5. 0.5 is acceptable. Alright. That's a bit about the last we can do. I mean, I could probably go in here and manually dissolve these edges. Yeah, I could do that. Let's do that the quick way. Oh, have I dissolved too many? I have. Yeah, the problem with dissolving them is going to flatten the edge out, isn't it, at some point? Let's go in this angle and go junk, dissolve edges. Infinity mode. Yeah, that's when you get problems. Just neatening out the poly count as much as I can. I don't care too much. There we go. Okay, so now we've got our wheels fixed. In here, these are all too thin. Let's scale them up. A bit like that. Then it's quicker just to come in and fix. Those grab on the x-axis and hide them back in there. I mean, my printer's not bad at bridging. It's just, that's never going to happen, is it? Actually, let's do this front bit of it. Grab it at the Y. We'll do all these afterwards because they have a different length. Grabbing the Y. Then, I'm pressing L here to grab these. Scale on Z. Grab on the Z. Whack it in there. Let's adjust these things. L, L, L. Just move these two first. And ditto on this side. I like them, they're just not big enough. L, 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 L. Scale them up. What I'm also thinking we have to do is split off this bow. I'm also wondering if I should put a bit more detail into this. double I to inset, scale on the Z, rude, scale. Just do this on the outside one, shall we? Now I've made it bigger, it's probably worth doing. If we're here, we're only doing this once, we may as well do it right. There you go, I need you to just switch me mode to normal there. They should print okay because they are kind of right. There we go, that's a bit more goblin-y. Bikes on the top, you say? Of course. There we go, that already looks better, doesn't it? This bow here is going to be the issue. Just didn't look good. I'm wondering if we grab that on the Z axis. Trying to think the best way of printing it. I mean, I could rotate it like that. I think that's enough of an arch. Just this bit here that wouldn't print very well. We need supports. We've got this travesty of an underside to sort as well. I wonder if I'm best just starting off redoing the entire bottom of this. Yeah, we'll just delete all of that. And then we'll come in and we'll add in a new cube here. Get it on the X. Get it on the Y. Grab it on the Y. Go back to box select. Drag that back on the Y until it reaches there. Scale that on the X. Alright, I think me what do we call it's gone wrong with global coordinates. All transformations, get the scale all back into nice and neat. Having a think, please don't crash. Okay, so the test print did not go well. Yeah, my supports are a mess here. These are far too small, and it just completely failed to print out the likey bits at the top. So, we're not going to be discouraged. First things first, I've realised I can do this bit using actual string, so by. That should be okay. All of these are going to need to be scaled up. They're not in the Z axis though. Make them a fair bit chunkier. And then we'll come back and we'll fix grab these under Y. Grab these on the Y. Grab these on the X. Then I think we can add some more detail to this. I should done again. We're going to grab that one. Just basically the outside ones of these. We can add some spikes in. That'll make it look more like a goblin cage, won't it? To do that, we're going to go I, scale on the Z, and then extrude, scale. We're going to grab the top ones. They've already inset. Scale them in a bit, extrude, and scale. Doesn't that look a lot more goblin already? Right, this little bit at the bottom, the travesty, let's get rid of it. Let's go into here, center this up, add it a cube, scale that on every but the Z, scale on the Y. Move that on the Y. Got the whole thing on the Z, move that down. Fix the back bit. Bevel. Keep on beveling. You keep hitting tab. Alright. So we've already got something here that will kind of print a lot better. I want to obviously sort out this, so we're going to put in. See, I've beveled the top now, it won't let me. Let's dissolve that and that. I dissolve those. Okay, you mean like that, are you? Now we can just do it like this, can't we? That doesn't have the one in here, does it? And then we'll grab those, go in here. So, my computer's taking so long to switch and was quite a basic model. P, separate that by selection. Make sure I'm in this. Grab on the X, bring that in. Grab on the X, bring that in. Alright. L, grab that, bring that up a little bit. That's now a nice flat base to print on. On the X, bring that in. I'm going to scale these up a little bit. Just try and get them leveled up, grabs there. Boop. You are not flat on the Z, are you? That's your issue. Interesting. That should have worked. There we go, I just had one thing not selected. Now my entire base is flat. Might not be the most realistic thing, but honestly, it will work. It is flat, it's just doing a little bit of clipping. Right, so grab those, scale that up a little bit. Position. Scale that up. Adjust its position. Bring that in a bit. Now, I have to live with that now. Get on the X then. Grab on the X, drag them out. Again, I'm not too worried about this being ugly because at the end of the day, it is goblin work. Just want to make sure my base layer is flat. That's the most important thing. There we go. I wonder if I can cheat. Just grab all that. Mesh. And tries. I could, but have to delete everything on the other side. Everything up to about there, delete. Vertices, now delete. Mesh symmetrize like that works. There we go. I knew there's a way of doing it, I just haven't done it for a while. So now I need to make sure it's wide enough to fit my 1.5 adding cube, 15 mil. Now we've just got to keep my selection, and then now keep hitting tab. Scale up on the X. Maybe just scale generally. How tall is this going to end up now? 4 centimeters on the Z. Right, there's no point in making it too small, is there? Okay. There's nearly 5 centimeters tall. Don't worry too much about the 60 bit because that's that. This thing is 15 millimeters across. About the right sight for my Mawpup head. Right. So that's just a centimetre. I'm going to go down. Tape measure time. Why you model with the models next to you? That's only a centimetre across, so this should be. And the whole thing's centimetre across by. You're the longer one. 43 centimetres long on the Y. 30 mil by 10 mil. So yes, we can actually bring this down again. That looks good enough, doesn't it? He'll fit in nicely. Bit of leeway. Two of them stacked on top of each other, maybe slightly bigger. Yeah, that looks about right. And also bigger means my printer will be able to hold it better. So these wheels need to be not twice size scale, 1.5. Shift R to repeat that. Yeah, good old chunky wheels, and then we gotta make sure this thing scale that by 1.5 would be too big, I think. Actually, not really. Make sure it clears all the bits. Yeah, alright. I've also decided I'm not going to print. I've got bases in the carriage. I'm not going to print a base. Okay, so now I'm going to scale this up to look realistic compared to it. About there looks good. I've already flattened this onto the Z. Now we just got to make sure that all these models line up. I should also fire up Orca Slicer. So that will print like that. That'll go on like that. And see what I didn't do either. Mirror the wheels. So that one goes on that side. That one goes on that side. Because they're not exactly round, are they now? I've got them even. Bring these two up to the world axis. There's something sticking out at the bottom there, isn't there? Is that going to be a problem for my 3D printer is the next question. Being on X-ray mode. This is like the worst part of the 3D printing. Alright. They're flat. You're flat, and then we want to bring you in like that. Delete that because I say I've got those in the garage. Let's give a little bit more space between these. And that's Mawpup Launch Part 2. Now, while I'm here, I'm actually going to do something separate. Shift A, add cube. So I've got a model I'm making, and I want this to be pretty more thick. By 25 by 25. I'm doing what's called a Grony Stark, which is not a knockoff of Tony Stark at all. And I am actually going to do a base for him because he's going to be flying. So I thought I'd do a quick bonus tutorial as I'm here for how to add in, make some nice little smoke effects. So I'm going to add in what's called a meta ball. I'm going to scale it up a little bit. I'm going to make sure it's not peeking through the bottom. Scale it up a lot actually for the first one. And then go Shift D, and as I Shift D these, you'll see what they'll do is make a kind of rocket, like a smoky pattern. And then Shift D, scale that down, bring it down on the bottom like this. I need to go back into select mode. Grab that, bring that up and out. Hit the walls of this. You can see I'm quickly and easily making an interesting smoke pattern. So that's probably about the right height. Grab that top one, scale that in a little bit. And he's got a cloak, so I kind of want this to go at an angle like that, so he can go in an angle. Bring that out a little bit further and then pop a different one on the bottom there. Bring that one in. Shift D that one out like that. Shift D, scale it in a lot. Bring it down. Right. How tall is that? 3 centimeters, that's probably about right. And then I'm going to add, actually, let's take that top one off. Bring it down a bit because I've got to add in the, get that down. Because he's going to have a little rocket on the top. My hope is, if I do this correctly, I don't add a meta ball. I need a cylinder. Scale that up by 3 times. Get on the Z. Extrude it, scale it in. Scale that in a bit like that. There we go. Then I can stick my model onto this. As he's going to be at an angle, let's do the rockets at an angle as well. Yeah, because I can stick him onto that. It looks like he's being shot off the ground. Probably a little bit thick on the bottom of this. There you go, that looks better. I'm hoping because this is going to be printed at the same time as this. Because I did another of these and it's okay, but it's not quite perfect. There we go. That's all leveled. So we'll export this, or we'll save. I'll export STL. Mawpup launch is fine. This is one I did before, and it just couldn't cope with all this at the top. So I'm hoping by doing it a bit thicker, it'll end up better. And printing two things at once should also kind of stretch everything out. So you can then tack on the string. I've got some like string I can dye. I can tack that on, make a little guy. There we go. So it's not the prettiest thing in here, but it'll do. And then, yeah. Processing the Mawpup launcher, 1 million triangles could be slow. Simplify the model. Oh, it'll be this. Convert to mesh. File. Export. STL. Tink. Pretty sure the metaphors aren't 1 million plus polys. If it is, I'll eat the rendering time, because end of the day, it's just for me. Yeah, I think it is actually the meta ball. Let's add a decimate to that. I think one's too much. 0.5. 0.5 is fine. High. See what's that look like. That's fine. That's fine. Oh, is it? Did I render out the wheels? No, the wheels are fine as well. Okay, so it's less than a million. Let's decimate this as well, actually. Oh, it's here. The V mesh was. Right, we dropped the V mesh on that. Add, generate, decimate, 0.1. Here's where the polys were hiding. I'm going to do that. That could be part of my problem first time round. See, always listen to your sniper. Ignore the jerk settings. I've modified that on my printer slightly. Yeah, that's looking a bit chunkier, isn't it? That's not the Buttons Best. That's my other YouTube channel. Grey Hunter LP, Grognard Games. There's a plug that one. That's my main one. It's got 3K subscribers. This is my side channel. I'm doing more for the club and for myself. Now we can decimate that again, can't we? Take that down to 0.1 of that. Again, much quicker. There we go. That's acceptable. File. I wonder if we go Control 1 on that. Apply that. Then File. Export. STL. So what Control 1 did there was add in a subdivision surface, which hopefully will have moved everything off, and then I've kind of just applied it because it's not adding to, at one level, it's not adding much. Yeah, see, it's just kind of neatened up that, made it a bit more smoke-like. Still saying there's over 1 million triangles in here. Have a look, how's it doing? Oh, it's sliced pretty quick anyway. So, having a look at my layers, this is not what I want. I want 0.1 layer. So let's resize that and resize that. I did some bases, and the bases I printed it stupidly high layers. Precise wall connecting precision, laying consistency. Okay. Where is precise wall then? Oh, I've got precise wall on already. Fine. Alright, so this will print in 4 hours. Scrubbing through this. I trust my printer to be able to make that bridge there. But there's also multiple layers inside all of this now, some infill. Yeah, nothing's magically appearing out of nowhere. Okay, back to the printing. Alright, slight snag's been hit. It's saying I've got floating edges, and I figured out it is these bits here that are just kind of hanging in the middle of air. I just need to go in. It's a bit confusing in 3D mode, but it's the quickest way because I've got all these interpunching surfaces. I'm just going to drop these as I've kind of a beveled edge. I grab them on the Z, which is going to scale them. Grab them on the Y, sorry. Hopefully that fixes that issue. Maybe not that. Oh, on the Y. And because this is being very strange. Yeah. Grabbing that on the Z will do the same thing. Actually, probably the easiest way. Go to edge mode, grab that, grab that, grab that. Click on the one I want. Because I know your massive number into penetrating the top. This is why sometimes it's better to remesh. Look, you can see it here. Just scale those out. And just click randomly till I get it. That it's because I've mirrored my mesh, isn't it? Yeah. Yep, no one's going to notice that. So let's. Oh, I also figured out where the million messages were coming from. This still had a remesh on it. Yeah, so what's happening is when I'm slicing and dicing my model, it's going fine here until we try and export it. It's saying these are floating edges. Is the blue overhang wall. I don't want to put supports in because that would really mess all this up. The whole idea is printing this supportless. What other options have I got? Alright, I fixed it by increasing my infill to 50%, which on this model doesn't make much of a difference. But yeah, apparently now that will export. Don't know. It's just one of those random fix with 3D printers. Anyway, back after the print. Alright, here we go. Printed and painted. So I made a couple of these because you know, let's take two. And yeah, they've turned out pretty well, I think. You can see I've used some string here. Got me extra Mawpups. Not the greatest photos, but you can see not much effort. I mean, it looks pretty good on the table. Adding the extra combos is good. And yeah, thanks for watching.